My name is Celina Primus.
My name is Tomi Rucker.
My name is Shauna Bailey.
I am Sergeant Jacquelyn Cole.
I've been in the fire department for 25 years almost.
20 years.
25 years.
I'm a 17-year veteran with the DC Fire Department.
Coming into the fire department, it was definitely male-dominated. It was myself and one other young lady in a class of about 30. And the more I went around the department, I noticed that we were completely outnumbered. It was just definitely a profession that was flooded with men.
I think we had less than 100 women on the job at that time.
When I started, the good thing was I had a tribe of women who came out and support me. I've been mentored by Tomi Rucker, one of the first women I met, who's now an arson investigator. Lieutenant Shauna Bailey, Captain Ola Umasere, Sergeant Jackie Cole, Chief Clemencia, Chief Queen Anune. These are all women who've guided me and who've made suggestions, even with regards to sleeping in the firehouse and how to conduct yourself in the firehouse as a lady.
Every firehouse didn't have a female restroom, so we had to use the officer's restroom, or we couldn't work at that firehouse back then.
I can't remember exactly who, but somebody was pregnant, and there was no policy in place to actually deal with that issue. You had to stay on the fire truck. I think you had to go like your first or second semester, you had to stay on. And the thing was that nobody really knew is that women were having miscarriages. The policies weren't really written for women. I mean, you can imagine how long, I mean, this department's been here over 100 years. So there were issues that needed to be addressed. And at that time, we formed a committee called the Women's Advisory Committee. And we put forth these policies. And they embraced them. The department didn't fight us on it. They thought it was the right thing to do. We ended up getting a maternity policy. We had a lactation policy put in place. Each chief that came along, up to the current one, has embraced it. And now you see women in positions where they make policy now, where we have a seat at the table. I've talked to women all over the world who are firefighters. And when I tell them about the experiences that we have here in the district, they are like in awe. They're like, wow, you guys, it seems like you have so much support. We do a lot better than a lot of other places.
I've seen the benefits of being able to connect with a tribe of women who would support you, encourage you, counsel you, set you on the right path. So, and that, I'm a beneficiary of that, and as a result, I've been able to provide that same support for younger women on the job.
I was able to mentor a lot of young females coming in, especially through the cadet program.
I'm able to be a good example to my children, and that is the most important part of me being here, setting the tone for the next generation of women that may not become firefighters, but who can say, I see a challenge, I saw someone close to me overcome my mother, and I can do the same thing.
Nobody's gonna give you a pat on the back. Even if you put the fire out by yourself, nobody's gonna come up, pat you on the back and say, hey, you did a great job. They're not gonna say anything. You have to convince yourself that you're good enough.
Nothing is given to you. You have to come in and you really have to work for it. You can't be sensitive. You have to have thick skin. So you have to really ignore certain things and just basically reach for the sky.
We were already looked at as being at a disadvantage. But one thing I've always told all of the females, especially the ones that I've trained, you can do it because I've done it. And there's women that have done it before us and after you.
The do-gooders and the mentors and the people who've always supported me have far outnumbered the naysayers.
Women are really topping the chart. They're really going out there and doing a great job. They're measuring up to most of the men. And I think if we continue this, we'll be just as equal.